Chapter 1761, Taking Blame, Even in Death. Chapter 1761, Taking Blame, Even in Death. Fixed immortal travel was finally regained. This way, even if Fang Yuan rose to rank 8 and lost future self, he did not have to worry about losing fixed immortal travel's movement method. Fixed immortal travel was a powerful movement immortal goo that was extremely useful to Fang Yuan. In the previous life, Fang Yuan deduced a killer move with fixed immortal travel as the core. Even as a rank 8, he could travel all over the world and cause great chaos. With this immortal goo, he would have incredibly powerful maneuverability. But in the previous life, Fang Yuan stole fixed immortal travel with one attempt. This time, it was truly troublesome. He used Great Thief Ghost Hand more than 10 times. A lot of immortal essence was expended. The flaw of Great Thief Ghost Hand was evident. Even though it could steal immortal goo, it would steal mortal goo in most cases. Fang Yuan stole tens of thousands of mortal goo from Feng Jiogou, but only 3 or 4 immortal goo. Next is Fate Armor immortal goo. Fang Yuan's cold gaze was fixed on Feng Jiogou as long as he stole Fate Armor immortal goo. Feng Jiogou would be finished. Feng Jiogou continued to escape. He had never thought that he would end up in such a distressed state. Fang Yuan knows me very well. He has been trying to steal my immortal goo without attacking much. He is targeting my weakness. He knows the power of Fate Armor immortal goo. Feng Jiogou's heart sank to rock bottom. An intense chill permeated in his body. The more immortal goo he lost, the more his battle strength fell. Fang Yuan. Feng Jiogou thought about this name in his mind. Even though he had some estimation towards Fang Yuan's growth, he did not that he would be forced to escape without a way of fighting back. Back then, Feng Jiogou was chasing after Fang Yuan from southern border to western desert. It seemed just like yesterday. Feng Jiogou could still remember clearly. But to think that now, their situations were reversed, such immense growth. Feng Jiogou sighed in his heart. It was not that Feng Jiogou was not strong, but Fang Yuan's preparations were simply too plentiful. He did not expose his secret of rebirth. His advantage was well kept. The superformation in Langya Blessed Land was modified by Fang Yuan. It was many times stronger than in the previous life. One of the reason was that Fang Yuan controlled Langya Blessed Land. He could mobilize all of its resources to build the immortal formation. He could also transact with the 3 variant human races. The second reason was that Fang Yuan was much stronger than in the previous life at this point in time. Be it formation path or time path, he was far superior. This allowed him to create this super formation to trap Feng Jiogou and Chun Yi the other end. Chun Yi's eyes flickered with light. He was moving around in the illusory mazes. Damn it. I am still trapped after so long. Chun Yi was lost in the illusory mazes. Even though he moved around quickly and broke many illusions, he still felt like vomiting blood. This formation constantly refreshed Chun Yi's evaluation towards it. Fang Yuan arranged almost all the variant human goo immortals to control the formation and target Chun Yi. Even though he had great battle strength with immortal killer moves like Ancient Tree Prison Cage, Giant Tree Divine Statue, Karma Divine Tree, and others, making it very difficult for Fang Yuan to handle these superb killer moves that in the previous life. Chun Yi fought against 2 enemies alone, facing the immemorial Rock Dragon and Heavenly Giant Solar. His performance was incredible and breathtaking. But now, Fang Yuan obtained control of Langya sect entirely. He arranged the immemorial Rock Dragon and Heavenly Giant Solar to deal with Chun Yi, but the 2 were merely assisting. The main thing dealing with Chun Yi was the super formation. Chun Yi struggled in the illusory maze. Every time he had hope of breaking out, the immemorial Rock Dragon or Heavenly Giant Solar would appear to obstruct him and stall for time. Next, the variant human goo immortals would create more layers and mazes, causing Chun Yi to stay trapped indefinitely. Chun Yi's methods were all unusable as a result. Fang Yuan targeted him specifically, easily countering him. Chun Yi was very anxious now. The longer this dragged on, the more uneasy he felt. Was the Thunder Ghost true monarch corpse earlier just an illusion? Chun Yi was not certain. He wanted to believe that it was an illusion. The reason was simple. With Thunder Ghost true monarch's battle strength, how could Fang Yuan possibly kill her immediately? Were there other possibilities? If Thunder Ghost true monarch was still alive, Why had she shown no commotion at all after such a long time in this battle? Right now, he and Feng Jiuge were isolated. A long time had passed. How was the situation on his end? Unless the dream realm? Chun-Yi had a flash of inspiration that he did not know that Fang Yuan possessed rank 8 steel life immortal goo. But he knew that Fang Yuan was skilled at using the self-detonation of pure dream reality seeker physique bodies to form dream realms and deal with strong enemies. During the battle at Etian Mountain, Spectral Soul was captured by Heavenly Court. Afterwards, Fang Yuan was pursued by Wu Yong and Feng Jiuge. He used the pure dream reality seeker physique bodies to escape many times. Without the pure dream reality seeker physique bodies, Fang Yuan would have died on the way already. Fairy Ziwei was a wisdom path grade expert. Before this trip, she had already made deductions. Fang Yuan's dream realms, reverse flow river, and others were all in her consideration. The dark spiral was the tracer for Starcast. It had detection abilities. If there were dream realms or reverse flow river nearby, Fairy Ziwei could sense it.I. In fact, Fang Yuan could not truly control the dream realm or reverse flow river precisely. Once the pure dream reality seeker physique bodies self-detonate, they would create an expanding dream realm that moved on its own. He could also only move reverse flow river mildly, be it the dream realm or reverse flow river, as long as the dark spiral was in contact with them. Starcast killer move would become unstable and fail. Fairy Ziwei only had to create a slightly larger dark spiral to test if there were dream realms or reverse flow river around it. It is stupid to only use the dream realms or reverse flow river as a trap, but what if Fang Yuan created new dream path killer moves? He has spring autumn cicada. He had been reborn from the future after all. Chun-Yi thought, but the truth was, Fang Yuan currently had no dream realms with him. His pure dream reality seeker physique bodies had all been consumed. Refer to chapter 1585. Most of the pure dream reality seeker physique bodies were used when Fang Yuan was escaping his pursuers. This resulted in Fang Yuan going to southern border to snatch dream realms after the Battle of Langya Blessed Land. Later, Fang Yuan made transactions with Qi Chuyu secretly. He obtained many dream realms. His pure dream reality seeker physique bodies became a sizable number. After that, Fang Yuan ambushed Xiacha and the rest. These pure dream reality seeker physique bodies were incredibly useful. It could be said that Qi Chuyu was the main contributor. It was because of his secret transactions with Fang Yuan that he could use all these dream realms. If he was just stealing them, the efficiency would be much lower. Chun-Yi made a wrong guess. His heart became heavy. No, I must destroy this immortal formation as soon as possible. The dangerous situation made Chun-Yi resolve to use his trump card killer move, Karma Divine Tree. The Divine Tree was lush and green. It was beautiful as a pavilion. Green smoke rose slowly as it swayed with the wind. With Karma Divine Tree above his head, all sorts of illusions and mazes were forced away within a certain area. Chun-Yi could see clearly ahead of him again. The variant human goo immortals gasped. This is the Karma Divine Tree killer move that Elder Fang Yuan mentioned. The entire Super Goo formation's power is being resisted by this move. The mazes and illusions cannot affect Chun-Yi. Worthy of Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable's killer move. During the critical moment, the immemorial Rock Dragon and Heavenly Giant Solar attacked Chun-Yi. The other variant human goo immortals controlled the formation, trying to find a new way of trapping Chun-Yi. Chun-Yi snorted coldly. He did not fight the Rock Dragon or Giant. He flew around, targeting the formation itself. The immemorial Rock Dragon and Heavenly Giant Solar attacked Chun-Yi, but he defended passively. Karma Divine Tree displayed incredible defensive power. It blocked all of the attacks perfectly. The Divine Tree, which was quite sparse earlier, started to bear fruits quickly. These fruits flew out and landed on the immemorial Rock Dragon and Heavenly Giant Solar, causing them to endure the damage that they dealt themselves. Quickly block Chun-Yi. Don't let him rampage around. Fang Yuan sensed something amiss. He quickly ordered. But the variant human goo immortals were very busy. They could not use the formation's power to trap Chun-Yi. As for entering the battle themselves, they would not do it. Even though they were allies, they treasured their lives. They would hide inside the formation if they could. In the previous life, they only came out after the formation was destroyed. Boom! With an intense explosion, Chun-Yi hit a crucial spot. The formation space that was isolated became connected. Even though Chun-Yi cultivated Wood path, he was still a rank 8 great expert that could mimic other paths. After such a long time inside the super formation, he could notice some of its characteristics. Chun-Yi saw Feng Jiuge and quickly shouted loudly, "Hang on, I'm coming." It turned out that Feng Jiuge was already forced into a corner by Fang Yuan. The situation was dangerous. "Be careful. The enemy has a way to steal goo worms." Feng Jiuge immediately gave Chun-Yi critical information. Chun-Yi's body shook. He immediately thought of the contest over Divine Bean Palace. Western Desert's Gu immortal Swan Bujin was the one who stole legendary immemorial beast Qin Chao's immortal Gu using theft path. They have theft path methods too? Chun-Yi shook. He frowned deeply. Now was different from the previous life. Fang Yuan did not use Emperor Yama. Chun-Yi could not link the two together. There was no evidence supporting the fact that Fang Yuan was Swan Bujin. Theft path was actually spread to an extent in the 5 regions. Western Desert Swan Bujin had theft path methods, but Langya Blessed Land had an even higher possibility of possessing theft path killer moves. After all, Thieving Heaven Demon Venerable had personally worked with Long-Hair Ancestor and Refined Gu together. Chun-Yi attacked while Fang Yuan snickered. He charged forward too. He activated Reverse Flow. Protection Seal while preparing Luo Pa Seal. Fang Yuan's aura surged. 2 rank 8 killer moves? Chun-Yi was deeply shocked. His pupils shrunk. 1 for offense and 1 for defense. They are complementary. Damn it. Fang Yuan and Chun-Yi fought, while the immemorial Rock Dragon and Heavenly Giant Solar approached Feng Jiuge. Feng Jiuge only had rank 7 cultivation level now, while a few of his immortal Gu were stolen by Fang Yuan. His battle strength had fallen greatly. Facing the attack of 2 rank 8 battle strengths, he was quickly injured and Fate Armor Immortal Gu got activated. Over at Heavenly Court, Fairy Z Wei's expression changed. Oh no. Fate Armor was activated. Feng Jiuge is in great danger. What should we do? In the previous life, Fairy Z Wei and Feng Jiuge were separated by only Yama Battlefield. She quickly broke the battlefield killer move and saved him. But now, Fairy Z Wei and Feng Jiuge were apart by a vast distance. Starcast was only half prepared. She could not let Feng Jiuge die. He was a Dao guardian. Chun-Yi also knew the importance of Feng Jiuge, but he was helpless. Fang Yuan was harassing him at all times. Even though Karma Divine Tree was powerful and had both offense and defense, Fang Yuan was also attacking him with 2 rank 8 killer moves as time passed. Fate Armor Immortal Gu became dimmer and dimmer. Once the light completely faded, Feng Jiuge would die. What do I do now? Chun-Yi was panicking. At this moment, he heard Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable's voice in his head. Look closely. This is the consecutive move built upon Karma Divine Tree. Karma Relocation. The killer move activated, as if intense winds were blowing. The green smoke flickered as Karma Divine Tree started to sway and dance in the wind. Fang Yuan quickly stopped his killer move. He let out a sigh of relief as this killer move was finally forced out. With Karma Relocation, Chun-Yi could rampage in the battlefield. Fang Yuan could only avoid him. Chun-Yi and Feng Jiuge quickly gathered. Go back. These are my immortal Gu. Remember to tell the situation here to Lady Z Wei. Take revenge. For me. Chun-Yi passed all the other immortal Gu that he had to Feng Jiuge the next moment. Karma Relocation activated as Feng Jiuge was transported away. Even with the super formation and Langya Blessed Land's aperture walls, it could not block Feng Jiuge from leaving. Karma Relocation was a rank 9 killer move after all. Feng Jiuge, you managed to escape this time. But next time will be different. Fang Yuan had a plain expression that he knew about Karma Relocation. He knew there was no way to block it. Earlier, he separated Feng Jiuge and Chun-Yi because he considered this killer move. It was a pity he did not succeed. Chun-Yi and Feng Jiuge were very brilliant. They had abundant battle experiences. Since Feng Jiuge escaped, you shall stay here and accompany Thunder Ghost True Monarch in the afterlife. Fang Yuan smiled ruthlessly. Chun-Yi smiled plainly. Senior Thunder Ghost True Monarch was really killed by all of you. Come, even if I die, I will not go down easily. Chun-Yi knew he was going to die. he completely relaxed. Even though he loved authority and status, he was still a member of Heavenly Court. Any member of Heavenly Court would not fear sacrifice or death. The process of killing Chun-Yi was not easy. It was difficult, and a deadlock occurred many times. But eventually, Chun-Yi succumbed, and Fang Yuan took his life. He did not leave behind any immortal goo, but his remnant soul could not escape from Fang Yuan's demonic claws, the variant human goo. Immortals cheered loudly in victory, but they also cried out in pain. They had severe losses. Chun-Yi killed many of their companions. Fang Yuan looked at Chun-Yi's corpse as he sighed deeply. As expected of Chun-Yi, as expected of a Heavenly Court goo immortal. Next, he consoled the variant human goo immortals, showing deep sincerity and sadness. Your sacrifices were worth it. This is a glorious victory. Even a rank 8 goo immortal died at your hands. This result will shock the world. There were only a few variant human goo immortals left. They were all heavily injured. Oh heavens, our losses were just too severe this time. Langya Blessed Land suffered the least losses. They were all inside the formation. They were safe inside Heavenly Giant Solar. Strange, why did several layers of the formation break all of a sudden? Without it, we would not have lost so many people. Fang Yuan nodded. That must be Chun-Yi's method. He is truly formidable. I did not even notice anything. The variant human goo immortals heard this. Their eyes turned red and they gritted their teeth. That's right. This old scoundrel. Killing him was simply not enough. He deserves more than death. The pitiful Chun-Yi had no idea that even after dying in battle, he had to take the blame for Fang Yuan. Chapter 1762, Z-Wei's Attack. Chapter 1762 Z-Wei's Attack, Fang Yuan. You should have a look. Those Tao marks are changing again. The moment the battle ended, Langya Land Spirit transmitted to Fang Yuan. What? Fang Yuan was surprised. He quickly left the heavily damaged super formation as he arrived at the source of the change. Feng Zhouge had left behind harmful Tao marks in many places, but the dark spiral that formed earlier was the densest. Right now, the other areas with fewer Tao marks started to experience a change. These Tao marks gave off pale blue light. They were like stars in the sky, extremely dazzling and bright. Fang Yuan took a look. His face turned dark. It could actually change like this. He had Wisdom Path Foundation and Star Path Attainment. He knew what this change was going to do. It seems that Feng Zhouge went back to Central Continent directly using Karma Relocation, or he even went back to Fairy Z-Wei directly. Thus, she obtained some information. They reacted so quickly. Fang Yuan was feeling slight regret in the battle earlier. He should not have stalled for time to create a situation where both sides suffered losses. He should have attacked directly and killed Chun-Yi without caring for the immortal essence expenditure. But the truth was, even if he did that, it would not be much faster. Karma Divine Tree was too superb. It combined offense and defense. Without the variant human goo immortal sacrifice, it was hard to kill Chun-Yi in a short time. Fang Yuan's expression was grim. The changes in the Tao marks should be Heavenly Court's Wisdom Path Great Expert trying to locate the precise area of Langya Blessed Land. We need to get rid of them. It might get very dangerous. Langya Land Spirit was very anxious. The dark spirals are easy to destroy, but these harmful shining Tao marks are impossible to get rid of. I've already tried. What's going on? At this time, the remaining variant human goo immortals arrived with varying expressions. Fang Yuan ignored them. Thoughts rumbled in his mind as he pondered at the speed of lightning. Fairy Z-Wei wants to find the actual location of Langya Blessed Land. She is giving it one final attempt. Heavenly Court lost terribly this time. She is truly infuriated. Langya Blessed Land has already been relocated to Loosetail Ridge by the Land Spirit, but Prince Feng Xian is likely nearby, searching for it secretly. I cannot let Fairy Z-Wei deduce the true location of Langya Blessed Land. That would be a terrible situation. Once the location is exposed, not only would Prince Feng Xian attack, Heavenly Court's goo immortals will also reinforce him endlessly. Even if Heavenly Court fails, Fang Yuan would not leave unscathed. It would be a painful victory. Heavenly Court could even go crazy and tell the location of Langya Blessed Land to everyone. This hairy man's sacred land would attract the greed of countless people. Longevity Heaven would be the first to attack. What should I do? Fang Yuan processed his thoughts rapidly. The variant human goo immortals beside him were also becoming more anxious. They got an explanation from Lang Yalan's spirit. They learned about the severity of this situation. Heavenly Court is too scary. We only killed 2 rank 8 goo immortals after all our efforts. We are not out of danger yet. If we do not get rid of these Dao marks now, Langya blessed land would be exposed. We would not be able to defend this place. That's right. At this point, we can only rely on Lord Fang Yuan. Even if Langya blessed land could relocate, it could not make such a commotion with so many enemies outside. Everyone looked at Fang Yuan expectantly. Got it. Fang Yuan's eyes shined brightly as he shouted. You found a method? Langya land spirit asked immediately. Quickly activate the refinement path formation. Use my method to refine these Dao marks. Fang Yuan answered rapidly. In his previous life, Fang Yuan had obtained the refinement path true meaning. He learned that the way to get rid of these Dao marks was to take action when the blessed land was relocating. It could be easily solved, but thinking about it, that was a trap. Prince Feng was ambushing them outside. If Langya blessed land moves, the commotion would expose them. Prince Feng and Heavenly Court would attack. Fang Yuan's method was to use the refinement path immortal formation and a large amount of rank 8 immortal materials, as well as refinement water, to forcefully refine these harmful Dao marks. In his previous life, he did not think of this method because he did not know of the refinement path formation or refinement water during his deductions. By the time he knew the battle had ended, he stole fixed immortal travel and longevity heaven arrived. Fang Yuan had to escape. Langya land spirit was suppressed by Fang Yuan to begin with. After getting Fang Yuan's method, there was no hesitation. He immediately activated the refinement path formation and targeted these harmful Dao marks. Rank 8 immortal materials were tossed in one by one. The variant human goo immortals had strange expressions. The hairy man goo immortals had twitching faces. So many rank 8 immortal materials. This is an immense wealth. Langya blessed land's foundation is actually so deep. It is simply like cabbage sold in the market. I cannot believe this. Langya land spirit was also feeling pained. Elder Fang Yuan, Langya blessed land had accumulated this after much effort. Your refinement method is too coarse. It can be improved further. Maybe we can wait a bit and improve on this method. We can save a lot of materials. No, trust me, we are in grave danger now. Even though we have no enemies here at the moment, we are not safe. We need to fight against time. Fang Yuan did not mention Prince Feng. This was just part of his conjecture. He had no evidence. But Langya land spirit was under Fang Yuan's control. He obeyed him without question. Fang Yuan's words sounded like a suggestion, but they were basically an order to him. He had to execute it. All right, I will listen to you. Langya land spirit's reply was very short. Fang Yuan's expression was solemn. Come and refine these harmful Dao marks. Don't feel pity for the refinement water used. I will enter the secret room and use wisdom path methods to stop Heavenly Court. Nobody is to interrupt me. Anyone who disturbs me is a spy of Heavenly Court. I will kill you on the spot. Fang Yuan's gaze was filled with killing intent. He looked around as a chill emerged in all the goo immortals' hearts. After a stern warning, he entered his cloud city and went into the secret room. Heavenly Court, Central Great Hall. Fairy Ziwei sat in her usual seat as her eyes were shut. She was radiating with an intense purple light. The purple light filled the entire hall. It was like rising smoke or rushing tides. The aura was grand and magnificent. Fang Yuan's defenses were soon noticed by Fairy Ziwei. She frowned a little as she laughed coldly. Want to stop me? Star Constellation Chessboard. She immediately summoned Star Constellation Chessboard to assist her. Not long ago, Feng Jiuge had returned to Heavenly Court with grave injuries, but also precious information. After learning about it, Fairy Ziwei immediately understood that the dark spirals were exposed. There was little hope in using them. Thus, she changed her plan and decided to expend these Dao marks to deduce the exact location of Langya blessed land inside Loosetail Ridge. I have not lost this battle yet. Fairy Ziwei held on to her belief. Chun-Yi and Thunder Ghost True Monarch were likely goners. Feng Jiuge was heavily injured and had already fallen unconscious. Fairy Ziwei was responsible for this battle. She wanted to make up for her mistakes in the previous life. longevity heaven had acted. They were powerful and originated from giant sun, immortal venerable. Even though heavenly court lost, Fairy Ziwei's reaction was not as severe. But now, she lost to Fang Yuan and the variant human Gu immortals. Either of them made the proud heavenly court Gu immortals unable to accept this humiliating defeat. Like what Fang Yuan expected, Fairy Ziwei was truly angry. She tried her best, disregarding the intense backlash, to turn this situation around. Star Constellation Chessboard was a Wisdom Path Rank 8 Immortal Gu house. It was extremely helpful. Fairy Z Wei quickly got the edge on Fang Yuan as her deduction speed rose continuously in the previous life. Even though Fairy Z Wei had this method, because longevity heaven had taken over Lang blessed land, there was no point even if she tried. But now, because Fang Yuan won in the absence of longevity heaven, Fairy Z Wei still had hope. Furthermore, Feng Jiugu had used fate armor earlier. Even though it was a short duration, it was an important clue. Fairy Ziwei was very confident in deducing Lang blessed land's location and defeating Fang Yuan across space. This is bad. Fang Yuan felt a mountain pressing down on him. The activation of fate armor Immortal Gu gave Fairy Ziwei an extremely large advantage in deducing Lang blessed land. Fairy Ziwei made use of this weakness. Fang Yuan could not see any hope of stopping her. Even though I have many wisdom path methods, I lack truly profound ones. Even though there was rank 9 wisdom Gu, Fang Yuan could only use the light of wisdom. As for rank 8 wisdom sword immortal Gu, Fang Yuan did not have rank 8 immortal essence yet. He had attitude Gu, but how could Fang Yuan deduce a wisdom path method using attitude Gu as the core to defend against Fairy Ziwei in this short time? There is only one final method. Resolution shined across Fang Yuan's eyes. Chapter 1763, Feng Xian's Pursuit. Chapter 1763 Feng Xian's Pursuit Heavenly Court, in Central Great Hall. Purple light spread out like rushing tides. Suddenly, the light stopped. It was like the river flow had encountered an obstruction. Fairy Ziwei gasped lightly as she opened her eyes. She was in the middle of deductions. Her progress was smooth and success was close. But suddenly, the obstruction grew immensely. This was not an ordinary change. It was as if she had been pushing a wooden door earlier. The door was already shaking. There was a high chance of opening it. Once she succeeds, Fairy Ziwei would learn about Lang blessed lands. Location. However, this wooden door turned into a heavy iron door instantly. What happened? Earlier, Fang Yuan tried to stop me. His wisdom path methods are lacking. He could not succeed. But now he suddenly succeeded. Wait, I get it. He annexed Lang blessed land. Fairy Ziwei's eyes shined with bright light. She got the answer. Fairy Ziwei faced great difficulty in deducing Fang Yuan's location earlier. After Fang Yuan obtained Emperor Yama, she had no hope of success. As long as Fang Yuan annexed Lang blessed land, it would become part of the sovereign immortal aperture if Fairy Ziwei tried to deduce the location of Lang blessed land. Wasn't she just deducing Fang Yuan's location? Thus, all of Fairy Ziwei's deductions were stopped by Fang Yuan's Emperor Yama killer move. Emperor Yama contained the power of rank 9 killer move ghostly concealment from thieving heaven's true inheritance. It was a huge obstruction to Fairy Ziwei. Fairy Ziwei's thoughts flickered, but her movements did not stop. She continued using several wisdom path methods. After some probing, she confirmed her guess. This is the same as the time I tried to deduce matters on Fang Yuan. It seems he really annexed Lang blessed land. Annexing a rank 7 blessed land would require Grandmaster attainment level. Fang Yuan's refinement path has Grandmaster attainment level. Fairy Ziwei found that she had underestimated Fang Yuan again. Her expression was extremely grim. Immortal apertures can only devour smaller apertures. What is Fang Yuan's immortal aperture? How can it annex that colossal Lang blessed land? Fairy Ziwei did not know of the sovereign immortal aperture's secret yet. She was secretly shocked because the foundation that Fang Yuan exposed was already quite unfathomable. Damn it. Fang Yuan obtained Lang blessed land. His foundation increased tremendously. What are these variant human Gu immortals doing? They actually let Fang Yuan swallow their foundation? These idiots. Fairy Ziwei gritted her teeth. These variant human Gu immortals were simply too useless. Wait, this is likely Fang Yuan's scheme. He is using these variant human goo immortals to target my heavenly court. At the same time, he is also using heavenly court to weaken these variant human goo immortals. After this battle, the variant human goo immortals must have suffered heavy losses. That's how Fang Yuan forcefully annexed them. In fact, he might have even used this thread of my deduction to trick them into agreeing with his plan. In one instance, Fairy Ziwei thought of many things. Fang Yuan left her an incredibly deep impression of being crafty and shrewd. She could not help but think of him in a bad light. Fairy Ziwei was extremely gloomy. She felt that this attack on Langya blessed land was simply giving Fang Yuan benefits. Fang Yuan, I will not let you succeed. Prince Feng Xian. Fairy Ziwei had anger in her eyes. She immediately contacted Prince Feng Xian, who was in Northern Plains. Prince Feng Xian had already received orders. He was lurking in Loosetail Ridge. The original plan was to cooperate with Heavenly Court's Goo Immortals if there was a chance to attack Langya blessed land together. If Northern Plains Goo Immortals noticed this, he would show up and obstruct them to stall for time. Prince Feng Xian, Fang Yuan might show up now. Quickly investigate. Try to stall him the moment you find him. Fairy Ziwei ordered. Understood. Prince Feng Xian said before quickly changing his tone. Wait, I found him already. You are alone. Be careful. Fairy Ziwei quickly said. Fang Yuan is devious and scheming. The theft path immortal goo might come from Langya's sect. It could also be his. I have already sent goo immortals into Northern Plains to help you. But in the short term, you have no reinforcements. Prince Feng Xian had a solemn expression. I understand. He was a rank 8 goo immortal, but he had to be so careful against a rank 7 goo immortal. But he did not feel any absurdity in this. It was only natural. Not just Prince Feng Xian, Fairy Ziwei, and the Heavenly Court Goo Immortals felt the same. Their earlier underestimation only revealed their own foolishness. Thunder Ghost True Monarch and Chunyi died. This demon Fang Yuan was extraordinary. He could not be assessed with common sense. Others could be underestimated, but trying to look down on. Fang Yuan was simply stupidity. He is here indeed. Fang Yuan flew in the sky. He turned around to look. Prince Feng Xian was already getting close to him at a rapid speed. The commotion of annexing Langya blessed land was not small. Fang Yuan's main body was exposed. Prince Feng Xian had been waiting close by. The moment he sensed it, he charged over. Fang Yuan flew ahead rapidly. He did not want to fight Prince Feng Xian. After an intense battle earlier, he was not in peak condition. He had consumed a lot of immortal essence at the same time. He had to defend against Fairy Ziwei's deductions. Emperor Yama was closely covering his soul, concealing his traces and expending his soul foundation. Fang Yuan, where are you running? If you are a man, stay here and fight me for 300 rounds. You coward, do you only know how to run? Prince Feng Xian had an arrogant attitude. He continued to scold endlessly. But the truth was, Prince Feng Xian was very much on guard. He seemed arrogant, but his mind was on alert. Fang Yuan sneered. No matter how Prince Feng Xian provoked him, he paid no heed. Even if Fang Yuan was not in his peak condition, even with just rank 7 cultivation level, by using reverse flow protection seal, Luopa seal, heavenly giant solar, and the immemorial rock dragon, he could totally fight evenly with Prince Feng Xian without falling back. But what was the point? Fighting against Prince Feng Xian could possibly cause problems if he was careless. This was one of the 10 great fierce areas of Northern Plains, Loosetail Ridge. If Fang Yuan used his methods, he would expose precious information. His immortal essence would be expended for no reason. If Heavenly Court's reinforcements arrived while they fought, the situation would become much worse. The king does not dispatch troops based on anger, be they righteous path or demonic path. If one could not control their emotions, regardless of how big their achievements were at the moment, they were just foolish clowns at the core. I arrived. This is it. Fang Yuan flew rapidly. When he saw the valley ahead of him with that huge frosty lake, he became extremely joyful. Prince Feng Xian had taken action long ago. He sent attacks towards Fang Yuan from the back. The two chased and fled. They rapidly got close to the frosty lake that a huge wave appeared in the frosty lake as an immemorial frost dragon appeared. It had a horn on its head, a long body of over 100 feet, and many layers of white scales on its body. The temperature of the surroundings fell drastically once it appeared. The immemorial frost dragon screeched, warning Fang Yuan and Prince Feng Xian to not approach its territory. But this immemorial frost dragon was Fang Yuan's target when Langya land spirit first relocated the blessed land. Going from the Crescent Lake to Loosetail Ridge, he did not tell Fang Yuan about the specific location. He was on guard against Fang Yuan. But now that the land spirit was under him, Langya blessed land's location and the surrounding forces became Fang Yuan's knowledge. The immemorial frost dragon's warning was useless. Fang Yuan and Prince Feng Xian still charged towards it. It became enraged as it gulped, opening its mouth and emitting its endless frost breath. The frost breath was like a wave made of ice and frost. It was pure and white. Everywhere it went, there was an icy light which shined like crystals. Fang Yuan activated reverse flow protection seal. Moving into this colossal frost breath, Prince Feng Xian saw that the situation was amiss. He also chased after Fang Yuan. The frost breath engulfed everything. It interfered with Prince Feng Xian's investigative killer move. Fang Yuan's reverse flow protection seal made sure that he was intact and safe as the frost breath flew past him. Countless horse carriage-sized ice shards descended. Prince Feng Xian was bathed in flames. There was a layer of frost on his brows as he floated in the sky. After blocking the frost breath, Prince Feng Xian did not feel any smugness. Instead, he felt angered and anxious, because he had lost any trace of Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan has familiar face. He probably turned into an ice shard and descended with them. Prince Feng Xian knew some important information. With his rich battle experiences, he immediately realized the most likely reason for Fang Yuan's disappearance. It was not easy now if he wanted to find Fang Yuan's main body, especially when the immemorial frost dragon attacked him right when he was about to move. Stupid beast! Prince Feng Xian shouted in anger. The immemorial frost dragon had limited wisdom. Since Fang Yuan vanished, it thought that he had died. The only one remaining was Prince Feng Xian, who was conspicuously bathed in raging flames. Compared to Fang Yuan's rank 7 aura, Prince Feng Xian had a powerful rank 8 aura. He was on the same level as the immemorial frost dragon, in the immemorial frost dragon's eyes. Fang Yuan was trivial. The true threat was Prince Feng Xian. Boom, boom, boom. Prince Feng Xian had no choice but to fight against the immemorial frost dragon intensely at the same time. He found an opportunity to investigate all of the ice shards on the ground. He soon made a discovery. An ice shard fell onto the frosty lake and did not float. Instead, it turned into an ancient frost dragon and swam towards the bottom of the pond. Fang Yuan, you cannot escape. Prince Feng Xian gave up on attacking the immemorial frost dragon. He targeted the frosty lake. Fang Yuan entered the frosty lake and dived down continuously. Soon, he saw a large number of frost dragons. Here were ancient frost dragons and desolate beast frost dragons. This was a huge family of frost dragons. These frost dragons only looked at Fang Yuan curiously. He was one of them. They had no desire to attack. Prince Feng Xian's attack on the frosty lake was a completely different issue. Many of the ancient frost dragons started to attack him, but Prince Feng Xian incinerated all of them. The ancient frost dragons went into chaos. A small portion of them became ferocious as they pestered Prince Feng Xian while the rest escaped. Fang Yuan was overjoyed. He mixed into the group. Fang Yuan, come out if you have guts. Prince Feng Xian lost all traces of Fang Yuan again. He screamed angrily inside the frosty lake. His voice caused huge ripples and waves in the calm pond. The immemorial frost dragon cried out in despair. Its descendants were all brutally murdered by this human goo immortal. Blood dyed the frosty lake as its anger reached the tipping point that it attacked Prince Feng Xian with overwhelming hatred and anger. Chapter 1764, Evaluating Gains. Chapter 1764, Evaluating Gains. Prince Feng Xian did not want to fight with the immemorial frost dragon. He continued to go after Fang Yuan and pester him. Prince Feng Xian dived deep down into the frosty lake. But soon, a second immemorial frost dragon appeared from within the deepest part of the frosty lake, blocking Prince Feng Xian. There are 2 immemorial frost dragons inside this frosty lake. Prince Feng Xian and Fang Yuan were deeply shocked. Prince Feng Xian was furious but helpless. He was temporarily stalled. Fang Yuan was overjoyed. He dived into the depths of the frosty lake, escaping Prince Feng Xian's pursuit. He soon found out that there was a secret tunnel in this frosty lake. It was connected to other places. Fang Yuan swam into the secret tunnel, arriving in another frosty lake. This frosty lake was tranquil and large. There were a large group of frost dragons here, so there is actually a huge group of them. No wonder there are 2 immemorial frost dragons. Wait, no, 3. Fang Yuan's eyes flashed. He found another immemorial frost dragon here. This immemorial frost dragon was sprawled around the edge of the frosty lake. Hearing the intense battle, it became anxious. It moved its head around and growled. After a while, it could not wait anymore, diving into the frosty lake and going to help out the other immemorial frost dragons. 3 immemorial frost dragons, Fang Yuan felt a little pity for Prince Feng Xian. Prince Feng Xian was in trouble. Of course, immemorial frost dragons had much lower wisdom compared to humans. They could not kill Prince Feng Xian. In fact, 1 or 2 of the dragons might die. Prince Feng Xian had powerful battle strength. He had developed in northern plains to become a rank 8 Gu immortal. His battle results were astounding. But after Prince Feng Xian gets rid of the 3 immemorial frost dragons, I would have left already. Fang Yuan got out of the pond and was about to leave, but he suddenly stopped moving. He saw many frost dragon eggs. Each egg was the size of a millstone. There were a few hundred of these eggs lying around. So the immemorial frost dragon was protecting these eggs earlier. That's why they refused to leave. Wait, what is this? At the center of the batch of eggs, he saw a small stone pillar that was gray-white in color and emitting frost energy. This is rank 8 immortal material frosty stone? Such a huge piece. It has incredible value. Even with Fang Yuan's current wealth, he felt a faint sense of joy from obtaining it at this point. He finally realized why this group of frost dragons had 3 immemorial frost dragons. He immediately took away the frosty stone and the thousands of frost dragon eggs. My luck suppresses Prince Feng Xian and these frost dragons. Thus, while being chased by him, I benefited instead. Fang Yuan sighed in his mind. Prince Feng Xian was not Feng Jiugu. Without the help of Dao Guardian Feng Jiuji's luck, Fang Yuan's superiority in luck became very apparent. Prince Feng Xian could not stall Fang Yuan. Instead, he gained a huge benefit. Without him fighting these 3 immemorial frost dragons, Fang Yuan would not have a chance to steal this immense fortune. This was the power of luck path. I have to thank Prince Feng Xian for his cooperation. Fang Yuan was happy as he drilled underground, using fixed immortal travel to escape. Prince Feng Xian was still fighting the 3 frost dragons now. Suddenly, the 3 immemorial frost dragons received information from the other frost dragons and learned that the eggs were stolen. They became enraged. Their eyes turned red as they sent out frost breaths like it was endless. Even the powerful Prince Feng Xian was dazed from their actions. He had to defend against them desperately. What are these stupid snakes doing? Why did they become so fierce? Prince Feng Xian could not understand. Sigh, these beasts are wasting so much time. Fang Yuan must have escaped already. My mission failed. Prince Feng Xian mentally sighed. There was no choice. Fang Yuan did not want to fight against him. He was too good at fleeing. Because Fang Yuan had transformation path attainment, Prince Feng Xian was at a disadvantage in a place like Loosetail Ridge. Fang Yuan made use of his immense territorial advantage. When Gu immortals fight, those who only look at killer moves or immortal Gu are the ignorant fools. Gu immortal elites would learn to use their advantages and other natural factors. They would consider the enemy's emotions and plans, then come back. Fang Yuan is crafty. Because you appeared at this time, he has likely deduced your true identity. Fairy Ziwei transmitted. Prince Feng Xian was silent. He felt dissatisfied, but Fairy Ziwei was right. He could not look down on Fang Yuan. The moment Prince Feng Xian acted against Fang Yuan, his identity was exposed. I'll retreat. Prince Feng Xian gritted his teeth, flying out of the frosty lake. But the 3 immemorial frost dragons did not let him off. What is going on? Are these 3 snakes crazy? They are not letting me off. Prince Feng Xian felt extremely unlucky. These 3 beasts were pestering him for no apparent reason. You think I am helpless against you? Prince Feng Xian was getting more and more furious. When he was about to attack, beast growls resounded around the entire ridge. Figures of immemorial desolate beasts appeared as they looked at Prince Feng with animosity. They recognized the three immemorial frost dragons. They had been neighbors for many years. But this human goo immortal, where did he come from? He dared to invade Loosetail Ridge. Prince Feng's expression turned pale. Loosetail Ridge was one of the 10 great fierce areas. Even rank 8 goo immortals had to be careful when exploring it. I might trigger a beast tide at this rate. I should leave. Prince Feng's heart sank. He quickly retreated. Achoo. He was caught unguarded earlier and got hit by an immemorial frost dragon's frost breath. He was covered in frost now as he sneezed. Bam! With a loud sound. He was hit on the back by an ice ball from an immemorial frost dragon. He was pushed away by the momentum in a pitiful state. The 3 immemorial frost dragons chased after Prince Feng relentlessly, but he did not dare to retaliate. He endured hits with an ashen expression as he escaped from Loosetail Ridge while spitting out blood. 3 days later, the refinement path formation resonated. The final portion of harmful Tao marks had been removed. We finally succeeded. Fang Yuan's spirit sighed. Fang Yuan let out a breath of air. He was finally safe. These 3 days, Fairy Ziwei had been making deductions. Fang Yuan felt immense pressure. Even though Emperor Yama did its job perfectly, it was expending Fang Yuan's soul foundation constantly. Compared to the previous life, my soul foundation has fallen much more. To quickly refine these harmful Tao marks, I spent a lot of rank 8 immortal materials. But compared to my gains, these losses are inconsequential. Fang Yuan evaluated this huge battle. Now that the harmful Tao marks were gone, Fairy Ziwei could no longer find them. This battle over Langya blessed land had finally ended. Undeniably, Fang Yuan won this battle. His gains were immense. He was quite satisfied with it. The entire flow of the battle was within his control. Nothing had gone out of his expectations. This was the advantage of rebirth. Spring-autumn cicada's power was evident and cleared out of course. If the user was not Fang Yuan who had great strength, no matter how many times a mortal tried to rebirth, they would not be able to change anything. In essence, Spring-autumn cicada was just a supporting goo. The changes that one could do post-rebirth were dependent on the goo immortal's own schemes and abilities. But some mishaps happened regardless. Like Feng Jiugu escaping easily through Karma Relocation Killer Move. And the other ability of the harmful Tao marks. After Fairy Ziwei gave up on the Dark Spiral and tried to deduce Langya Blessed Land's location, I was caught off guard. This was something that Fang Yuan did not know in the previous life. Rebirth did not mean that Fang Yuan could know all of his enemies' trump cards, especially against Heavenly Court. Their foundation was just too deep. Rebirth carried advantages, but it was not absolute. The enemies were not stupid. If you act differently from the previous life, they would also react differently and make different actions. Fairy Ziwei forcefully deducing Langya Blessed Land and sending Prince Feng after him was the best evidence. This had not happened in the previous life. Before the battle, Fang Yuan had considered this. Thus, he chose to resist Heavenly Court and did not involve Longevity Heaven in the previous life. Langya Land Spirit had to get help from Longevity Heaven. It made Heavenly Court retreat while Fang Yuan escaped. After suppressing Langya Land Spirit, Fang Yuan gained a very alluring choice. That was to use the former agreement to make Langya Land Spirit seek help from Longevity Heaven. Then, using Langya Blessed Land as the battlefield, he could make Longevity Heaven and Heavenly Court fight to the death while he reaps the benefits at the best timing. But thinking about it, Fang Yuan gave up on this idea. It was too risky. Even though the benefits were huge if he succeeded, the risks were too high. Fang Yuan was unwilling to take the chance. Spring-autumn cicada was still recovering now. It could not be used. And he could not look down on his enemies, whether they be Longevity Heaven or Heavenly Court. They were all full of rank 8 geniuses with deep foundations that if he was careless, they would make a different choice than in the previous life. They would use many different methods. The more they changed their actions, the more the situation would warp until nothing remains the same. Fang Yuan did not have enough strength currently to suppress the situation when both forces were involved. Thus, Fang Yuan chose to resist Heavenly Court alone. This way, there would be less variance. He could control the situation. Even though some mishaps occurred, they were not too troublesome. Fang Yuan obtained victory in the end. Everything in Langya's sect belonged to Fang Yuan now. Right now, the three hairy man continents were placed in mini-Eastern Sea. Because a lot of the refinement water was used, Fang Yuan collected the rest and created an incomplete refinement sea, putting it at the most western side of mini-Eastern Sea, close to mini-Central Continent.As for Langya blessed lands cloud cover continent. Fang Yuan placed it in mini-White Heaven. The incomplete immortal goo house refinement cauldron of Langya's sect was stored away by Fang Yuan. He dismantled it and planned to modify Great Thief Ghost Hand with it. The refinement path formation was completely intact and kept in cloud cover continent AS for the luck path self-luck true inheritance, thieving heaven true inheritance, and long hair refinement path true inheritance. Fang Yuan would research upon them in the future. 3 days have passed. I wonder if those variant human goo immortals have made their choice. Langya Land Spirit controlled the long hair refinement path formation as he slowly stopped it and spoke. Fang Yuan snorted lightly. I am a rank 8 goo immortal. A wise person submits to circumstances. If they are really blind and do not want to join Langya's sect, we will eliminate these people. Chapter 1765, Taking in the Variant Humans. Chapter 1765, Taking in the Variant Humans inside the Sovereign Immortal Aperture. Mini-White Heaven, Cloud Cover Continent. How about it? Has everyone decided? Fang Yuan controlled his time path clone to meet these remaining variant human goo immortals. Among these variant humans goo immortals, there was Snowman goo immortal Bing Yuan, Rockman goo immortals Shi Zong and Shi Cheng, as well as Inkman goo immortal Emochi. Because of Fang Yuan's intentional scheme, only these 4 variant human goo immortals were left. 3 days ago, after Fang Yuan got free from Prince Fengxian, he let these 4 goo immortals decide if they wanted to join Langya's sect. They had 3 days to consider it. Right now, 3 days had passed. Fang Yuan's time path clone and Langya Land Spirit came together. Bing Yuan and the rest looked at each other without speaking. They had difficult expressions. Fang Yuan's time path clone snorted coldly on the inside, but he showed a kind smile as he said warmly, "Everyone, you can tell me if you have any difficulties. We are allies. We are family. Even though I am currently a rank 8 goo immortal, I will not change my attitude toward you." Fang Yuan tossed out both the carrot and the stick. He pointed out his rank 8 cultivation with a smile. There was deep meaning behind his words and actions. The 4 variant human goo immortals heard this and had even uglier expressions. Fang Yuan had sold 3 of Thunder Ghost True Monarch's rib bones earlier. His reputation soared. The variant humans attached importance and paid attention to him. Now, he had controlled the situation to defeat Heavenly Court. He even killed 2 Heavenly Court rank 8 goo immortals in front of the variant human goo immortals. Fang Yuan's reputation was hundreds of times as high as before. He was like a tall mountain standing in front of these variant human goo immortals. These words had completely different implications now after the battle. Every word was like a mountain that pressed down on the variant human goo immortals' hearts. Seeing that the immortals were silent, Fang Yuan smiled again. "I am trying to help you. You were all involved in the battle. Feng Jiuge has escaped and divulged the information. With Heavenly Court's wisdom path capabilities, they will certainly deduce your information. Staying here is the best choice." The 4 variant human goo immortals looked at each other with bitter expressions. Fang Yuan was right. But if they joined Langya's sect, they would lose their freedom. This was different from their alliance agreement earlier. Who would want to lose their freedom? Fang Yuan had said it nicely by asking them to join Langya's sect. But the 4 variant human goo immortals knew that Langya's sect had been annexed by Fang Yuan already. Joining it was just a facade. The essence was to submit to Fang Yuan and become his subordinate. It was fine if Fang Yuan was a hairy man, but he was a human goo immortal. The 4 variant human goo immortals did not want to become the subordinates of a human goo immortal, but the situation was quite peculiar. They had no choice, to be honest. Not agreeing to Fang Yuan's request had terrifying consequences. Fang Yuan's smile gradually faded. He urged them in a plain tone. "Everyone, you are thinking too much. If I really want to harm you, I can just kill you on the spot. Can you really resist me?" Fang Yuan was threatening them openly now. The 4 variant human goo immortals' expressions changed. They could not rebuke him. Fang Yuan had rank 8 battle strength, together with Heavenly Giant Solar. What could the Rockmen do with just one immemorial rock dragon? Fang Yuan looked at them as he continued. Even though I am a demonic path human goo immortal, that was not by choice, because Heavenly Court wants to kill me. What else can I do? You are all my friends and family. I will not harm you. After joining Langya's sect, we will be even closer together. If we are dispersed, Heavenly Court, or even longevity heaven might find trouble with you to weaken us. Fang Yuan spoke earnestly. The four variant human goo immortals felt a little more calm now, but Langya Land Spirit was feeling a cold chill upon seeing this. Master Fang Yuan's acting is truly impeccable. He had plotted against them earlier. If not for him, how could the three races lose so many goo immortals? If I say the truth, I wonder what expression these four variant human goo immortals will show. The four variant human goo immortals were not stupid. They were quite intelligent. After all, they were the leaders of their own tribes and had survived for so many years. They were suspicious towards Fang Yuan, but they concealed these suspicions and did not show it at all. Fang Yuan was too strong now. He had stunning battle strength and rank 8 cultivation level. He could roam all 5 regions unhindered. Even Heavenly Court could not succeed. Nobody could stop him now. Forget about Duke Long. He was a special case against Fang Yuan. The variant human goo immortals felt deep fear, but also a sense of reliance. If we join Fang Yuan, life should be much more stable. The four variant human goo immortals had this thought in them. It was just the intensity that varied. One can find shade under large trees. Submitting to other human goo immortals was too dangerous. But Fang Yuan seemed to be a good choice. But if they knew that Fang Yuan was going to attack Central Continent and Heavenly Court, who knew how they would feel? Since Lord Fang Yuan is inviting us with sincerity, we, the Snowman tribe, will believe in you. We will move over and join Langya's sect. After a while of silence, the first to agree was Snowman Goo Immortal Bing Yuan. This rank 7 Goo Immortal was the grandmother of Fang Yuan's fiancé, Shui. With this relationship, she was closest to Fang Yuan. She agreed first. With Bing Yuan's agreement, the other 3 Goo Immortals soon submitted and agreed to become members of Langya's sect. This was quite similar to the previous life. These variant human Goo Immortals joined Langya's sect in the end, but last time, they were forced by longevity. Heaven, they had no hesitation. And in this life, Fang Yuan forced them. They agreed after 3 days. The leaders of the variant humans agreed. Next, Fang Yuan's main body went to the northern icy plain and Inkman City to capture all of the variant humans there. Wait, no. He was going to rescue them and escort them into the Sovereign Immortal Aperture. Sovereign Immortal Aperture. The next day to the extreme north of many northern plains that a pair of Goo Immortals, male and female, floated in the sky as they looked down on the ground. The male had a plain expression, but his eyes were deep like the abyss. He gave off an incredible air that could intimidate anyone. It was Fang Yuan's soul which had entered his former body, the current time path clone. The female immortal was young and beautiful. She was tall and vibrant. She had blue eyes and hair. She had the icy trait of her variant human race. It was Snowman Goo Immortal Shui, Fang Yuan's fiancé in name. Shui, my main body could not come here. Only my clone can accompany you. Will you blame me? Fang Yuan's time path clone said gently with an apologetic tone. Shui blinked several times before rapidly saying, Fang Yuan, don't worry about it. Am I such a petty girl? With your clone by my side, I am very happy already. Shui placed herself on a low status. Even though Fang Yuan's time path clone had the same cultivation level as her at rank 6, his main body was a rank 8 Goo Immortal. Right now, the entire Snowman tribe had to live in Fang Yuan's Sovereign Immortal Aperture. Even her grandmother Bing Yuan had become Fang Yuan's subordinate. The time path clone saw Shui's attitude and nodded in satisfaction. Shui asked, I have a question. Why did you bring me here? Ha ha ha. I have a present for you. Shui, take a look down there. Fang Yuan's time path clone said as he waved his hand. The frost energy fog below faded as the mountain and formation were exposed. Shui opened her mouth as she showed a shocked expression. Ah, this is the snow crystal formation. I used an ice path crystal essence and a lot of ice and snow path goo worms to create it. From now on, your Snowman tribe will live here. Fang Yuan explained the benefits of this formation. The snow crystal formation covered a wide range of tens of thousands of li. The snow crystal formation would emit the frost energy that would constantly alter the environment inch by inch, creating a living habitat that suited the snowmen to at the same time. Snow monsters would be produced. They would coexist with the snowmen and train each other. Shui, we are engaged. The snowman tribe is closer to me than the others. These last days, I have been thinking of how to accommodate all of you. Thinking about it, after doing lots of deductions, I finally created this snow crystal formation. With it, the snowmen will have the best environment to live in. Saying this, the time path clone looked at Shui with a gentle expression. Shui was very happy. Her eyes shined brightly. Fang Yuan, you really thought a lot about it. This is all out of my expectations. To speak the truth, Grandma was still worried yesterday on how to settle down the snowmen. Fang Yuan smiled lightly as he held Shui-er's shoulder. Shui-er's body shook. Such an intimate action. This was the first time for her. Fang Yuan spoke again. Shui-er, you will be the owner of this formation from now on. You can take care of the tribe. My sovereign immortal aperture has nothing but space in it. You must develop it well. Make sure that there are more snowmen in the future. Try to reach the size of the hairy men. Shui-er heard this. Her eyes became red from excitement. She said in a choking voice, Fang Yuan, thank you so much. I have never thought that the snowmen would one day be able to develop so openly and freely. I will definitely not let you down. Grandma and Lord Bingjue will definitely be very happy if they hear about your arrangements. Fang Yuan hugged her using this chance. This time, Shui-er did not turn stiff. She held on to Fang Yuan's chest with a face that was flushed red. Fang Yuan said with deep emotions, actually, the entire world is misunderstanding me. They call me shameless and unscrupulous, cold and emotionless. But the truth is, they want my immortal goo and precious memories. For that sake, they put all the blame on me and try to extort me using righteous excuses. My experiences are like the snowmen, so I can empathize with and understand you. Sigh. Actually, I could have done more. The snow crystal formation lacks some ice and snow path immortal goo. It is not strong enough. At the same time, there is only one ice path crystal essence. If I can get more of those, I can place them all inside here. Fang Yuan's words made Shui-er feel immense bliss. She did not even think about it. Don't worry, Fang Yuan. Our snowman tribe has 2 ice path crystal essences in our inventory. Once Grandma hears about this, she will definitely use some immortal goo to develop our homeland. Oh, is that so? That would be wonderful. Fang Yuan showed an expression of surprise and joy as he smiled. Shui-er shut her eyes. Her lips were curling up. She hugged Fang Yuan's waist as she sank into bliss and happiness.